these formulations in these sort of plastic boxes,
blocks,
and just had never seen it. Oh, see, here's another one. Okay, here's another one. And she said, when she gave us the report, she said, that one, I've never seen anybody do it that quickly, and this other one, I had never seen anybody go past these pages. I didn't know what I'd never read these questions before. So she has this capacity, which is wonderful for her, and she plays the viola. But it fooled everyone up until 8th grade or so, 9th grade, and then she almost failed 10th grade because she could not. She has, at that time, she had the executive functional abilities of a 5-year-old. Yeah. She could no longer. She could no sooner pack a lunch, take it with her, remember to eat it, remember where it was, and finish it, than she could, you know, put together a harpsichord. But if you were to say, here's 5 words, she would be able to create a matrix of a story around those words and use them over and over again. I'm making examples. She could be aware of 4 or 5 things going on at the same time. It's just, and so in classroom, when she was in school, she was the go-to person for the teacher, because she could have the answer, do the discussion, do whatever, except when it came to homework, and she just couldn't do it. So we had to move her out of school.
Because she
couldn't organize, couldn't remember where did I put it, couldn't focus, couldn't do it.
What about the younger one, though?
All of the same and none of the problems. She's a wonderful cartoon artist. She's in all of the AP courses. I haven't seen anything she can't do. She is and because she has me and my wife and my daughter, or my oldest daughter, as a sort of models, she is the snarkiest one in the house. She is the one who just will not let you get away with anything without making fun of it.
Isn't it interesting how?
And she's really good. You go, that's mean. You know, just like, and is a wonderful actor.
Does she have friends?
Yeah, she's got a good set of friends.
I mean, you know, sometimes snarky kids don't have friends.
No, she's got you know, a little cadre of good friends that she
They're only snarky to their parents.
So my point is, we didn't know when this incident happened, we didn't know what was going on.
And that can happen, that kids can be so different. I mean, you and your brother, look at the lives you're living so differently. Are your daughters different, Muffy? Are your kids different?
Oh, please. Before I had kids, I thought that you got a blank slate handed to you.
Oh, the tabula rasa.
That's a lie. That's a complete myth.
It's a tabula
You get
rasa.
what you get. That's right. You get what you get, and then it unfolds in front of you, and then you see what you have to work with, and you realize what strengths or what weaknesses this child, this person has, and you use that as a blueprint on how to parent them, and that's what I found. You know, I left.
That's absolutely true. They tell you what they need.
Yeah, they do.
Did you say
You listen, that's right.
Well, and they get
tabula rasa.
and they get the same. They get how to child.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually interesting.
So there are 2 perspectives to every story. So it's not just that you get what you get and then you must deal with whatever you get. They get what they get as well.
Yeah.
And it's often the gift that makes them fulfill their promise, fulfill who they are. I mean, without your mother or your family upbringing, you wouldn't be who you are today.
Yeah.
Well, and that's an interesting, there's a paradox in child rearing, because, you know, I've sworn not to do what my parents did to me, you know, and yet, you know, what they did to me has forged the person that I am today. So now that I go, okay, my kids are going to have this like perfect upbringing, right? Or not perfect, but I mean, they're not going to be hit, they're not going to be told they were shit, they're not going to be like all this stuff. Well, how are they going to turn? Maybe they're going to go the other way and become like,
Well, they won't be
murderers.
actors. They won't be actors.
There is this generation of kids who thinks that if they're not constantly getting positive reinforcement and recognition that there's something wrong with all the people around them because they're great.
Yeah, it goes even
And
beyond
I can't
that, though.
work without you telling me
Yeah,
I'm
no.
wonderful.
We are raising, honestly, we're raising a generation of children, we're raising them like veal.
Yeah, entitlement. No, it's no. Are you kidding? Like the Tiffany diamond. Are you kidding?
My oldest son, Kobe Beef.
But Muffy's absolutely right. I mean, when kids don't have something, they're so overscheduled that parents look at me mortified if my children have downtime. My children have a lot of downtime.
So do mine.
Because I refused
Yeah.
to schedule them. You know, when they were
That's right,
little,
just
I
sit.
scheduled them, and now they have to choose. I mean, yeah, I push. That's a lie. I made my son to come. I push a little bit, but for the most part, you know, all the other kids are scheduled. You know, they have the 1 o'clock, the 2 o'clock, the 3 o'clock. They're the Saturday, the Sunday. They never sit down. They never have downtime, and they don't know how to take care of themselves.
They don't know how to self-soothe.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
go around and walk in the woods. I spend my days, and when I was growing up, I'd walk around the woods in the backyard.
Me too.
Yeah.
And that-
The kids don't do that.
That's why we're doing that to our kids, is because we don't want them to have all that time where they're unstructured and
It's
unfocused.
just because it's there now, and everybody else seems to be doing it, you know, there's the Youth Academy of Dramatic Arts here, and then there's the ballet here, and then there's the tennis here, and then, you know, and the soccer games, you know, and I mean, I don't think there's anything inherently bad about the kids being exposed to all that stuff, and if they want to do it, which my kids do, you know, my daughter's playing soccer now, and she just got told, you know, the Scottish soccer guy yesterday came up to me, because you know your daughter should really play soccer.
Oh, I know that guy. My son. Yeah.
That is more than one.
But I mean, and for her to hear that, you know, because she's only been playing soccer for a month.
Wow.
No, but it's a gift. No, but my son was a soccer player. Yeah.
He said she should do it. She should get on a team and play professionally. She's that good, he said.
There's a gift.
But he talks with the accent, Muffy. It's very.
Oh, honey, Scottish.
Scottish.
I used to love the Bay City Roller, so that's like 2 in 1.
But the thing is like, you know, my son was a soccer player, and I have to tell you, it kept him out of drugs. He was the designated driver. He loved the sport so much. He gave so much of himself. He didn't really do anything else. It was a 24/7 thing. You know, it made him pretty well-rounded and very good. However, he really never held a job in his life. He just graduated college. He's 24. He's working full-time for the first time in life. And the other day, he complained to me, I don't like this. And I want to say to him, you know, I worked since I'm 10 babysitting, and then I worked in the supermarket, and then I worked through college, and then I didn't go play soccer, and I had to, and it's that thing you were talking about. It's like, do you understand that this is life? Now, I want you to do something you like, but he didn't get that what he was saying was so incredulous.
And I haven't figured that out. I mean, my kids are going to be 13, going to be 17, and when they were 9 and 12, they did the soccer, they did the softball, we did all that stuff. My son is going to be 17. My son's never worked. I worked starting when I was 12. I always had a job.
Well, the bottom line, though, is that childhood doesn't end until 26 now.
No, it's true. It really
They
is.
get insurance till they're 26, they're still children. But I think we also need to mention the fact that all these adults are sitting around here. We could be talking about sex, we could be talking about fucking, drinking, whatever, and we're talking about children. And that speaks to, in this culture, fetishization of children.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
is, it's huge. And children are accessories. Children are an extension of, particularly women, our identity. I want to be a mommy, I want to stay home. And something is lost in that, I think. Something is lost of women's independence. It's almost like a step back. And I think that there's so much focus on our children, and I mean everything, marketing to our children, marketing to us.
Well,
you know.
that's goes
It's
hand
just-
in
yeah.
hand. I mean, I worked in
That's been
marketing.
happening.
So Andrea, not having children,
Right.
tell us about
Tell us about your songs for babies.
I want to know
Who was in
children.
jail? Who was in jail that you walked away from?
Yeah.
What?
No, there was no jail. That was the
Metaphorical.
metaphor.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I thought the first line
It was the
was.
relationship that at that point when you're, you know, when you're in a relationship and you just walk on eggshells around each other because everything you say might erupt into, even though you don't want it to, you don't know what to do, and it's just horrible. It's that prison cell was what I was referring to.
And are you
I
getting to
didn't
live
catch
the
the
life
metaphor until later.
without having children? Are you getting to live your life